Good morning to everybody. How you doing? Hope all's well. Keep up the beautiful work. Today is Monday, Parashat Vayesei Yaakov. I also think a lot of people are leaving this week. They should be safe, come back safely, be successful in all your endeavors. And Bezrat Hashem, the next trip will be Yerushalayim Habnuya with the third Bet HaMikdash. But it's no coincidence that we're all leaving when it says Vayetze and he left. It should just be with beracha. We are continuing the holy words of the Pele Yoetz. We are in the letter Chet in the subject of Chochma. And in the Hebrew book, we are on page 234, Resh Lamed Dalid. And in the Hebrew English Art Scroll, volume 2, we are on page 185. Ashrei Adam Matzah Chochma. Fortunate is the person who acquired wisdom. Now, obviously, worldly wisdom is a huge commodity. However, obviously, knowing Torah wisdom, sometimes you bump into somebody and they really know so much Torah, and you look at them, wow, it wasn't easy to acquire all that, and they did so. So the rabbi brings the pasuk from Mishleh, from Shelemah HaMelech, the wisest of the wise. Ashrei Adam Matzah Chochma. Fortunate, how lucky is a person that has true wisdom. Ashra ba'olam hazeh. He is fortunate in this world. V'tov lo la'olam haba. And it's good for him in the next world as well. V'zo mitzvah ta'av ala ben. The rabbi brings this as much as he can. It is incumbent on the parent to teach their child wisdom. Obviously, legadelam al Torah, and that's why we send to yeshivot, even though the yeshivot sometimes are a challenge for some people. Hashem should send everyone parnasah b'shefa, but we can't send them to heke. We have to send them where we know they're going to get a good education. Yismach bahem ha'olam hazeh v'titaneg badesh nafsho la'olam haba. A parent that sees a child going on the right path, following the ways of the Torah, being able to read. Sometimes far away, when you visit Wisconsin and you go there for a Shabbat and a Bar Mitzvah kid goes up to the Torah and he can't even read Shema for the Sibur, that's something that we really have to put our energy into. Thank goodness in our community, all the kids, they know how to say Shema. As a matter of fact, one time in school, there was a girl acting a little silly, so I said Shema, and she said Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. So it's on their fingertips, Baruch Hashem, and that's because we put in the effort. Keep putting in the effort and keep being successful. V'zeh davar yadua or mefursam, and it is a known thing. Aval en ish sam alev limsor nafsho al davar hazeh. There are some people that feel that it's not something to sacrifice for, but guess what? It is something to sacrifice for. What do we leave in this world? We should all live and be well. It's not the investments, obviously. It's the spiritual investments for the next world. Ulikanes be'ovi hakoreh it's a saying in our rabbis, you have to stick your hands into the beams, meaning to say, roll up your sleeves and don't get to work. Don't just sit on the couch and text this guy and that guy. Even if it's for you, you have to really put blood, sweat, and tears into these things. We don't really like that word nowadays, right? Neturei karta, but what it really means is those who watch the city, because some people took the saying and used it for their own silly and we won't get into politics, but out of whack agendas. However, it's known as those who watch the city, meaning the community leaders have to make sure our schools are on the right path and they're teaching the children what has to be taught. Far away in Neverland, you have some people on a committee, on a thing, they just want to be in the limelight. Look, I made it, I'm on the committee, people think I'm important, right? But thank goodness in our community, the people who are involved, thank you Hashem, committees and all kinds of leadership, they're doing it for the right reasons, because when there's no people, you got to step up to the plate. And it's the children of the poor people that the Gemara says that the Torah comes out from them. Now there's a lot of depth to that, but the simple understanding is a kid who's learning Torah and he doesn't have have all the luxuries of this world, so the Torah is going to be something that he's going to put more effort to than the kid who was grown up with a silver spoon in his mouth. And the reward of people who are leaders that do things l'shem shamayim, for the sake of Hashem, they will be successful in this world and in the next world. Ki gadol ha'maaseh, greater is the person who does than just talk. Like we always say, some people like to talk, but they don't walk the walk. However, everybody we know, thank goodness, they talk the talk and they also walk the walk. And some people even walk the walk without talking the talk, and that's a greater level. And there's a tree of life for those people who help support the Torah, whether financially or with their good deeds. Now the rabbi tells us, you want to acquire wisdom, you want to get the crown of the Torah. Yes, there are books that we learn that are easier without all the depth. It just gives us the surface of each halacha. And if a person's not learning at all, then most definitely that's what they should learn. But for someone who puts aside time for learning, they should learn the Gemara, they should go into the depth. As you know, we have a class in the synagogue in Batya's book, Yabia Omer, right? You know how deep of a book that is. Anyone who learns that book, it'll change their life. You see halacha, not just on the surface, it goes all the way to the depths of all the books that are out there, just to come out with one halacha. We think Batya just says one item and that's it. It's just on the surface. He says a halacha. He went, you see those blackboards when we were growing up with Albert Einstein writing all over them, X, this, that, right? Times that by a gazillion. That's really what the books of our rabbis are. And like we said, the books of Batya. So if a person could delve deep, that will be even greater. Keep up the excellent work. Good things always. Keep learning. Keep making Hashem proud. And have a great day. Successful day. B'sorot tovot, yeshuot v'nehamot.